This is humanity dead. This issue does not pertain only to Bengal. This issue pertains to humanity. This issue pertains to whole of India. These are revenge killings. They were badly beaten and then they were locked inside the room and burnt alive. This is almost akin to a concentration camp. कि ममता जी, नाम तो आपका ममता है, मगर काम निर्मम है.
सीएम आज तो पीएम बनने के लिए पूरा देश में घूम रही है और बंगाल जल रहा है. एक सप्ताह में 26 लोगों की हत्या हुई है. ये कोई मामूली बात है? बच्चे और महिलाओं को घर में जला दिया जाता है, कोई उसका कार्रवाई नहीं है, कुछ काम नहीं कर रही है. हर घटना होता है एक एसआईटी गठन कर देते हैं. आज अगर 4 दिन के बाद ममता बनर्जी जाके अपराधी का नाम बोलते हैं, वो उनकी पार्टी का नेता है, ब्लॉक प्रेसिडेंट है, तब पुलिस हरकत में आती है, तो कहाँ कार्रवाई हुई है? यही तो हम चाह रहे थे कार्रवाई हो. कार्रवाई नहीं हुई है. चीफ मिनिस्टर का साबित है कि उन्होंने नाम लेके बोल रहे हैं कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए. इसलिए सब पार्टी वहाँ के लोगों को सांत्वना देने के लिए, हिम्मत बढ़ाने के लिए सब पार्टी के प्रतिनिधिमंडल जा रहे हैं.
ये मध्यकालीन बर्बरता की जीता जागता नजारा है. यहाँ दानव नहीं, यहाँ मानव राज नहीं, दानव राज चल रहे हैं. ये मानव राज की बदले दानव राज हावी हो चुके हैं. आप थोड़ा नजारा देख लो और खुद समझ लो. बंगाल के मुख्यमंत्री बंगाल को आज तहस नहस कर चुके हैं. सत्ताधारी तृणमूल कांग्रेस, पुलिस, मिली भगत सारे बंगाल को लूट रहे हैं. लूट तो रहा था पहले भी, लेकिन आज जिस हालात में बंगाल को इन लोग पहुंचा दिया, शायद हिंदुस्तान में और कोई सूबे ऐसा नहीं है जहां इस तरीके की नजारा हमें देखने को मिलता.
गवर्नर जो काम करते हैं वो हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल सिस्टम का खिलाफ में है. पार्लियामेंट्री डेमोक्रेटिक सिस्टम इज अंडर थ्रेट. तो उनको आप विड्रॉ कर लीजिए. और रामपुरहाट को लेके प्रधान गवर्नर को मुख्यमंत्री जो चिट्ठी दिया, वो चिट्ठी का कॉपी हम लोग अमित शाह जी का हाथ में सौंप दिया.
दिस इज अ शेमफुल इवेंट. दिस इज इंडेलिबल स्कार on governance and democracy. This will put our head to shame. Burning of people alive in democracy in this manner is very painful, very shameful. I appeal to the government to learn the lessons rather than offer just a defense. It is so easy to hurl stones, abuses, innuendos against the governor.
Now, Tamal, the autopsy report, which has been accessed by Times Now, also goes on to detail the kind of injuries that were on the bodies that were recovered from these homes. Before being burnt alive, they were tortured as well, is what the post-mortem report comes out and says.
Well, yes, the doctors who had conducted the autopsy, they have kind of given a statement, and they are saying that you know, there were injury marks on the bodies, and it wasn't safe. It wasn't just burn injuries. There were brutal injury marks on the body, which is an indication possibly that they have been attacked, assaulted before they were set ablaze. And the fire was also anti-mortem in nature, which means they were alive when they were put on fire. Now that's what you're learning from the doctor who has said this, given out this statement. It is important to understand why this autopsy report could be very, very relevant and important, because 7 people who were there inside the house, their bodies were recovered all charred, and the basic question was, if they were there inside and if the house was set on fire, why couldn't they make an effort to come out of the house, whether the house was locked from outside or whether they were absolutely physically impaired to even do anything. Now with this autopsy report, it is becoming quite evident that possibly before setting the house on fire, before setting them on fire, they were assaulted so bad they couldn't do much for their own rescue, couldn't do much to douse the fire that was burning them, and possibly that's how they died. So we have to wait
and
for
you
the
spoke to several of those eyewitnesses, to the neighbors who lived alongside, who told times now that they could hear the painful cries, but were too scared to come out and help. And that is exactly what we're trying to highlight here, is that for hours together, an irate mob run amok. There was absolutely complete free pass given by the local administration there. Some eyewitnesses even came out and said that there were police present there, but they stood as mute spectators, which is why the Mamata Banerjee government today faces some very tough questions. For the moment, Tamal, thank you so much for getting us that update. A quick break on this edition. Back in just 2 minutes.